the internet. I got it online. And people ask me questions on it. And, well, I guess this is what happened about it. Yeah. I'm here to analyze some of the more in-depth aspects of what's going on in my stupid show on the internet about fooding. Hello, and welcome to Watch Me Eat, show about questions. I'm your host, me. Today I don't have a show about eating, because I'm not eating anything. I'm answering questions from our dedicated and completely insane and sometimes stupid user base and audience. So here we come together and just conjoin all your questions and shit into one like sort of like montage or something. I don't know how to edit it together.
Shit, sorry.
Where do you live? I live in Oregon. It took me about 10 years to move here. Some bullshit was in the way, it caused a delay. But I haven't looked back. We loves it. I mean, maybe we'll just dump all the videos into the thing and just like, here, watch it. How do you decide what to eat? I don't know. Just kind of do. It's sort of a combination of what's different enough and new enough and what hasn't been done. And what do I feel like and how much do I have as far as cash is to buy foods with? How do you make your videos? Dump them all into the thing and say, here, watch it. Live from my wacky rental car, parked in a indiscreet parking lot, 1 in the morning. Question number 1. What do you... Am I going with the question number 1 thing? What do you use in your hair? Fingers? I don't know. I don't use anything in my hair. I have a very sensitive scalp. But we're getting into big hair season pretty thick. Our most frequently asked question. Yes, I've been told I look like everyone. Apparently I'm one of those people. Anyway, I've gathered a year's worth of questions or some shit, deleted 95% of them, and we're going to be bringing you the things that you asked the most. This is a terrible idea. Are there any questions you won't answer? Actually, I'm sorry. It says, what is your real name? What kind of shop was it? It was a suit store. Sold ties, suits. I appreciate the attention, but honestly, it's not the focus of the show. I just was trapped, so let's do it, right? They took all my pants pretty fast, but I had some pants. Why don't you wear pants when you make your show? Well, because I don't have to. I don't know, sometimes I wear pants. Vests that were dumb, bad cufflinks, bow ties, bad bro shirts. I don't own the shop. The owner showed up from California, closed the shop, made me pack it up, and then it was gone. That's the mall story. Hooray, it's fun. So I worked at the mall for a while. No mystery. This mall series was an accident. For those shows, I usually wore a jacket in the morning anyway because it was cold. And I did the shows usually. How long has that been on? I don't know. I just take pride in pattern recognition, and I don't think I look like those people. Every once in a while, you'll surprise me, sure. But most of the time, you don't get a good idea of what I look like from this. This is why we don't talk about this. Honestly, I think the real, most frequently asked question is, what the fuck is this? Why does this show exist? Number 1 internet stalker, 2011 asks, why eating? You should be the only person that should need to ask that. There isn't a why. I know that you think I look like whoever. That's fine. But I've heard it a million times. Most of them I flat out disagree with. Sometimes I understand why particularly now versus the way I looked here then and whatever. The why is because that's what we decided the idea was, and I'm married to the premise. That's why eating. Why would you record yourself eating? I don't know, I just don't really go for it. I look like me, probably. Sometimes I look like my grandpa. I don't know. The basic answer to that shit is because I think it could be funny. And food is stupid and I hate food. So I want to eat it. You know? Because I mean, what else can I do that would be more insulting to food? It's hilarious how many people get the wrong idea of my character just because I'm wearing the suit. And I think it's extra funny because you can tell that the hair makes that more complicated or more it's more. And you're stupid. I guess that makes the YouTube comments that are like, why would you do this? Like, you should stop and not do this again. And give me a better idea. All those comments are excellent because I don't know, it's gotten kind of niche-y, isn't it? Wow. So, you know, reel it in. I know, it's fine. Whatever. I don't need to hear it again. Thank you. They don't realize there's a lot. Basically, if you just think this is a show about me making a video of me eating, you've got the wrong fetish site. Thank you for associating me with something. Give me about 5 more minutes. You won't need to associate me with anything, hopefully. Right. What is your goal in making the show? To make a show about eating. It's really a show about, I guess, jokes. I don't know. I guess they're all a show about jokes. Join me on a trip back to the origin of the show. I got notes. I took the notes from before. The audience getting bigger is cool, but it's not my primary objective, I think, right? Yeah. What is your life story? Oh man, that's pretty rough. My life story is pretty much cornfields and outlying. I'm not sure. I was a web developer for a while. Where were you raised? I'm from Illinois. Then the bubble burst, right? Middle of nowhere. That's what happens. I don't know. Had some temp jobs. Who cares? Escaped. And then I ran a movie theater for a few years. I wore suits for a while. And then I had a friend that was like, do you want to run the suit store? And I said, sure. And I ran the suit store. Then it closed. Short version is, who cares? Where do you get your ideas on what you eat? Technical things, who cares? That's the point. I usually start from, I don't know, stuff that I eat. And then, you know, eat one of them. Question. What you doing? What did you study? Where'd you go to school? I went to Columbia College, Chicago, and doing film and digital media shit. So, I don't know. I guess I didn't really... Books? This first show, which I'm not going to explain again, happened in September of 2008. The internet? I mean, most of the things that I learned from schooling were technical or structural, like how to make the words go and how to make the fucking camera go. As far as the learning things, I think I sucked it all out of books or vacuumed it up off the internet. So there is getting to be a lot of episodes. At this point, I'm shoving quite a bit of amount of information into my head every day. It's working for me. I mean, I could totally remember learning something last week, and that's progress. When season 2 started, the show became HD. Online. There's a lot more to me on the internet than this show. I'm not very vocal about it if I can help it. In season 2, I got a flip camera, which has a defective battery design. I don't meta talk. What are the origins of your comedic style? Who influenced you most? Fucking... Honestly, I'm like super influenced by David Letterman, but not the David Letterman show, if that makes any fucking sense at all. They're poking holes And that's the case for a lot of people. I'm super influenced by, Johnny Carson, but not The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. I don't know. I have an aversion to TV. It's sort of vacuumed up quite a bit. Just quite a few hours of my time. I mean, I got over it.
Lots of feedback. YouTube comments. You know what they're like.
My most influential comedic influence is probably Maynard G. Krebs, Dobie Gillis. I want to say shit like Max Headroom and like Mac Tonight and motherfucking I never really thought about it seriously.
Nowadays, we're creeping on 1.5 million views in the 4th season.
When I was little, I knew about George Carlin as like this weird mythical guy that showed up on HBO like at grandma's house, and like everybody loved him, but it wasn't. That's not the way they appreciate that you talk in these things, and those aren't their kind of ideas. It's probably an easy answer, isn't it?
More cats on the internet. What's up? What are you doing? What have you been doing? Running around? Alright, see ya.
Watched the really early Conan O'Brien show pretty religiously. I fell asleep a lot. I don't know, Andy Kaufman in the 80s, I guess.
My favorite dichotomy in YouTube comments is I'm fat and this helps angle, and then there's a you're fat, and then implied, and obviously this is not helpful.
I really liked Tony Clifton's pornographic movies.
I just love the duality.
They're The Onion from way back, like Madison era Onion, Mr. Show, Kids in the Hall, The State. This stuff's all common ground. I don't know. Hey, Beavis and Butthead, right?
I like the food empathy therapy idea. I didn't really consider that. I'm just here to make fun of myself.
All right. No Superman. No 90s fucking sneakers. No puffy shirt, Jerry Seinfeld. No Larry Charles, Jerry Seinfeld. Let's go with Larry David, Jerry Seinfeld, and Jerry Seinfeld himself, but not Larry Charles's Jerry Seinfeld.
If the show helps your dieting or something, that's totally awesome, I guess.
The Addams Family? I really like Don Knotts from way back. Buster Keaton and Charlie Chaplin are obvious. Non-textbook pre-education type answers here, but Todd Solondz? I guess, yeah.
I'm surprised and it's good. Whatever's positive.
I don't know. I mean, I appreciate things either way, so it's kind of hard to sort of nail down what's influential and what's not.
What's the deal with the audience? What's the audience like?
Weird Al, Yankovic, Steve Martin from way back.
It's everybody that's, I guess, under...
I mean, obviously every cartoon ever. I'm not sure if that comes across.
Our audience is mostly American and UK-rican, Londonians, and Canadian, and Australian, and Swedenian. What's the deal with the Euro?
In conclusion, I have many influences, and many things have developed my sense of humor, which I probably couldn't explain.
Spent a lot of time sort of orbiting Chicago improv.
I don't know what's going on here. I mean, it's cool, man.
It's pretty sweet.
I just know it's okay. Let me quote a huge influence of mine, and then I'll let you look it up. It's not about laughter. It's about comedy.